Hello my dear students, welcome all of you in our PPS video lecture series. I am Professor Bhumi Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In our previous lectures, we are already completed our fifth module, that is user defined function, and using that concept now we have to move onwards in a new unit, that is recursion. So what is the meaning of recursion first? So here you can see the image. Recursion means what? Function call itself. So here I am taking the example just like our phone call, we are calling ourselves, clear? And that is what? Recursion. So here in this module we have to discuss the topics like first the introduction, then second is application, then last one is a practical session in which we are considering the another examples. Let's move on to the first, that is introduction. So as I told earlier, the definition is what? Function call itself. Means in a user defined functions we need three elements, that is function declaration, definition and call. And in a function definition, if I am using same function inside it using that name, then it is known as recursion. So here I am taking the two different types of recursion. First is a direct recursion and second is a indirect recursion, and mostly we are using the direct recursion in our practically. So what is the difference between these two? So in a direct recursion the function explicitly calls itself, means forcefully the compulsory condition is what? Function have to call the same function, clear? So here in example we are writing function 1, that is the definition of one function, and inside it we have to put the function call itself, means we are writing function call, that is function 1, clear? So here you can see the both the name of functions will be same, that indicates forcefully we are calling same function, that is direct recursion. And in an indirect recursion the function call another function and that another function will call to the caller function. How? Let's understand with example. Here I am taking two different functions. First function call second function, that is function 2, and then in a function 2 it's by default calling 1. So the concept is what? Here 1 is called 1 but directly no, using the second function, that is function 2, but practically we are using the direct recursion, clear? Now move onwards to the benefits and a drawback why we are using this recursion concept. So the first benefit is what? It is easy for a recursive problem. Second, it reduce the size of our code when our complex program is there. So these two are the benefits using recursion. You can optimize your code and also you can apply this concept for a recursive problem. Now see the drawbacks. So the first drawback is what? Recursive code is difficult to understand and debug. How it is, we are moving in our practical session, then you can understand. Second one is terminating condition must be there. So if your terminating condition is not proper, then it goes on an infinite loop. And third one is what? The execution speed is decreased when you are using the concept of recursion. Why? Because in a recursion we have to call the function and return from that function. So these operations will be performed more number of times and the time will be increased for a execution. Now move to the next topic, second, that is application, where we can use the recursion concept. So the very first is in a data structure. So data structure is one subject in which you have to learn two different topics like linked list and tree. In that concept we have to apply recursion. Second is sorting methods. So there are so many sorting methods are available, but in a merge sort and quick sort you can apply this recursion concept. Why? Because if you choose iterative method then it becomes difficult to implement, clear? Third one is what? To find all the files from a folder and subfolder, this concept is used. And last one is it is used in a elevator programming in which you can find the concept of recursion. Now move to the practical session, how the recursion will be work in our example. So the title of this program is what? Print high for n times. Suppose my n is 3, then we have to print high 3 times, and then stop with print by for 0 or a negative value. Clear? Meaning is what? If my n is positive and that is suppose 4, then 4 times high will be printed and the last one is by, and when our value becomes 0, it stop. Clear? So let's understand. First the header file we have to include, and then after we have to use the concept of functions. Then function can call itself. So the first is function declaration, and here I am using which category? Function with no return and with argument. So the void is there, then the function name, that is high, and inside bracket we are passing only one argument, that is integer n. That is what? How many times you want to print high. Then inside void main we are declaring integer variable n, then read the data from the user using printf and scanf, that is printf enter number and then scanf %d end of n, and then we have to call the function inside void main. So here I am calling the function high, and inside it we have to pass the argument n, and then after void main we have to write the function definition. So inside definition we have to put the logic, and that is what? If our n is less than equals 0, then we have to print just by. But when this condition is false, means n is greater than 0, then we have to move onwards in a else part and we have to print high, and then use the concept of recursion, that is high n minus 1. So here you can see both the function have a same name. In a function definition name is same, and again we are calling this function high with another value of n, that is n minus 1. So here you can find the recursion concept. How this program will execute? So suppose I am taking n equals 3, then function is called high 3. Then jump onto the definition part and check the condition. It is 0. No. So move onwards on a else part, and the first high will be printed one time, and then again we have to call the function high with a 3 minus 1, that is 2 value. So again the cursor is moved onto the function definition with n value 2. Then check the condition. It is 0. No. So go inside the else part and print the high second time, and then call the function high with the updated value, that is 2 minus 1, that is 1. Again now jump to the function definition and becomes 1. Again check the condition. It is 0. No. So go inside the else part, again the high will be printed third time, and then function is called with 1 minus 1, that is 0 value, and the definition will be executed just like if n equals 0, yes, then the by message will be displayed. Clear? And then stop the execution. So just see here the final output of our program when I am entering n value 3 times high, then by. Clear? I hope you are understanding this concept. Now move onwards to our practical session for a finding factorial. Welcome to the practical session, and here I am considering the another example for a recursion, and that is find the factorial of a given number using concept recursion. So I hope you all guys aware of the logic for a factorial. Suppose I enter 3 factorial, then which answer we are getting? Obviously the 6. How? 3 into 2 into 1. Clear? So that logic we have to implement using the concept recursion. So first we have to include the header file. So here I am writing has include and then stdio.h. Then after we have to use here in a recursion the concept of function, and the 3 elements of functions we need. So the first element here before the void main we are writing function declaration, and here I am considering the 4th category, means function with return and with arguments, and the answer of factorial obviously in a integer. So here I am writing integer that returns, this function returns integer value, and the name of function that is fact for finding factorial, and here I need only one parameters because we have to input only one value for finding factorial. So that is suppose integer n. So this is nothing but what? Function declaration. So the first part of function is completed. Now go inside the void main and write void main. Inside void main we have to call the function, that is the second element, and for calling functions now here I am giving the parameter, and that is read from the user in our void main section. So here we need variable integer n first, that is the number given from the user finding factorial, and the second, that is suppose t, that value will be returned when we are calling that particular function. So first I am writing printf function for reading the data from the user, and that is enter number n. Then scanf function to read the data, and control string is %d, and then end of n. This is what the input part that we have to give in our argument in a function call. So now let's write the function call, that is what? T equals function name, that is fact, and inside fact we have to pass the value of n. So this is nothing but what? Function call. Now when this function is called, it's move on to the definition part. Clear? So now after void main we have to write the function definition, that is same as declaration. So here I am writing integer, then fact, and inside curly bracket we have to pass one parameter, that is n, and inside this function we have to put the logic for finding factorial. So suppose I am considering the first n is 0, then what happened? The 0 factorial is what? 1. So here I am putting first condition, if n equal 0, then we are getting the answer 1. Clear? That value we have to return here because our category is with return. So here I am writing the return statement and the value is 1. Now if this condition is false, then we have to move onwards in a else part, and then inside else we have to apply the concept of recursion. So inside it we have to write again the return word because of fourth category with return, and which value now we want to return, that is our logic. So inside bracket we have to write like n into function call again because concept is recursion, and the value is now changed, instead of n we have to write n minus 1. So this is the logic for finding factorial. So how this program will execute, first understand with one example. Suppose here the message is just like enter n, and I am giving n equals 3. Then function call fact n. So fact 3 will be called and move to the function definition, and in a function definition check the condition. Now n equals 0. No, so it goes on a else part, and check here in a else, the statement is just like return n into fact n minus 1. The meaning is what? N is 3 into, again we have to call the function, that is fact with value 3 minus 1, that is n minus 1, that 2. So this is what fact 2 means, function is called again onto the function definition. So now our n value here we are passing n right now is 3 when we are calling from a void main. Now the n value will be updated because n is 2. So check the first condition, n equals 0. No, so obviously it move on to the else part, and the statement will be executed like, now n is 2, so 2 into again the function, that is fact, and 2 minus 1 8 1. So again the function call is there, that is the recursion concept. So move on to the function definition with a new value of n, and that is 1. Now for n equals 1, again check the condition, it is 0, no. So move on to the else part, and again the return statement will be executed like 1 into again the function fact, and 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So again the function is called with a 0 value of n. So now the updated value of n is 0 and our first condition becomes true, that is n equals 0. So the answer of fact 0 will be written in a function call inside function definition, and that is what? In a fact 0 the answer we are getting that 1. Clear? And then 1 into 1, that is the answer of fact 2. So fact 2 will be changed now, and that is what? 2 into 1. So the logic is just like 3 into 2 into 1. Clear? And that final answer will be written in our void main in a variable t. Now we want to print that data, and for that after t we have to write the printf statement, that is printf the final answer factorial equals /n, then factorial equals %d and the value of t, that is written from the function definition. So now let's execute this program first, compile it. There is no error, so you can directly run it and just see the message, enter number n. Suppose I enter the same number 3, then you are getting factorial equals 6. Check for another example. Suppose I am compiling this program again and then run it, then enter number n, and suppose I am giving 5, then you are getting the factorial of 5, that is 120. I hope you guys understand this concept very well. If you have any query regarding this topic, then feel free contact me. If you like this video, then thumbs up. If you think this video will help some of your friends, then do share this video with them. Also you can subscribe my channel, so when I upload new video you get a notification. Till then, take care, bye.